It's covering the logo. Oh, what do these letters say? Didn't think about it, so I just want to make sure there's no codes. So tonight they got me out at Upper Hutt, so just come in here for a cuppa and then go to another patrol. So, bit of reality, but also present day moments, as well as, you know, pretty much that's what it is. And so Homo sapiens and Neanderthals, right? To fit in or to not fit in. Now people say the Neanderthals went extinct. But that's where ADHD comes from. So did they go extinct? I mean, they're just part of the human race. I hear people say, oh, you know, before we became humans, when we were Neanderthals, or before our human ancestors came in contact with the Neanderthals, the Neanderthals were just humans. They were human beings like us, except for basically just hunter-gatherer, right? So, and Homo sapiens were doing that too, but the thing that distinguished them is the Homo sapiens were always about getting hierarchies going, and a big boss gets everything, whereas everyone else gets the bare minimum to survive, or, you know, there's like this hierarchy and he at the top gets the most. Hunter-gatherers were more like, you know, I don't know if they're individualistic, because yeah, you just go hunt and then you go get it and all that type of thing. But if other people were to go and hunt and stuff, because I'm trying to put myself in their shoes, because it's very easy for us to be very thoughtful and caring towards other people today, because we are considered the societal other, one of them anyway. And as you guys can see, there's another overlap between ADHD and autism. Hyperfixating, you know, when we're on a topic, like, again, I'm still the same when it comes to this. When I'm not working, I'm basically at the gym, or I'm doing my house chores, and I go to this, I go to a couple of social groups. You know, one has 2 meetings a month, and another one has 1 meeting a week. So I go to that, I'm at the gym, I do my housework, and apart from that, as well as work, everything I'm doing is basically based upon whatever I'm hyperfixating on, which changes every 2 to 3 years. So it's good that I do it that way instead of focusing on my employment. Because now it's like I'm going to stick at this. Yeah, once I get to the 6-figure, you know, just so long as I can do studies to continuously improve my income, I'm going to stay in the same industry, and if possible the same company, but so long as I can do studies each year to continuously improve my income. So the Homo sapiens will basically be neurotypicals, because the boss would give them the orders and they wouldn't be treated the same. You would have the people at the top getting the majority of things, and then the other people, they felt a sense of accomplishment because they were a part of the big agenda of their bosses. As for the Neanderthals, ADHDs is more like we just go out there and get it. It's easy for us to say, oh, you know, we wouldn't have been contending, we would have been really thoughtful and caring towards each other, but we are born and raised in this society where we are the societal other, so we have to be. One of the workers. Do you know what I mean? So is autism. And it's just labels. And the reason why I say labels is because I really thought I was autistic once I hit my 30s. When I was in my 20s, I thought it was Asperger's, because Asperger's just meant that it was social interaction issues. But even that's not good words, because it's not social interaction issues, because when when we hang out with other autistic people, we don't have social interaction problems. We understand each other, and we just be ourselves and it's fully accepted. It doesn't mean we're going to agree, because again, they have different interests, different personalities, but they're going to understand and have mercy for your way of communicating. Like I can go to places where it's based upon my interests, but they, from my experience, they would, if, like for example, when I was playing rugby, they would treat me well when we were doing rugby training on Tuesday, Thursday, in the rugby game. But after the game, after training, before and after, I was the target of ridicule because I was different to the rest. And those who ended up staying my friends for years after I ended up playing, they were the same. And it turned out that they had either ADHD or autism too. And so when we go and hang out with each other, so ADHD people, they hyperfixate on topics, just like autistic people. We hyperfixate on topics. Like, when I'm not working, I'm just having a cuppa before I go out there and work again. Now, when I'm not working, if I'm not working, I'm at the gym, or I'm at those social groups I'll go to, or I'm just doing housework, and which is not very often, because I've only got one bedroom, so it's like one bed and then little kitchen area, and you guys have seen it on here, So if I'm not cleaning up that space and I'm not at the gym and I'm not here at work, all I'm doing is studying my favourite hobbies. All I'm doing is studying whatever topics it is that I'm hyperfixating on, which always changes every 2 to 3 years. That's just the way I am, and I've tried and tried and tried my whole life to change that, but it's always been the case. Except for performing arts, kapaka, all that type of thing, but that lasted 15 years, but again, the groups would change every 2 to 3 years, except for when I got to the church one. That's because I felt like that was my family, and I still don't have any hard feelings towards them. One of them was in my dream last night. So I had this funny dream last night. I really enjoyed this dream, and then at the end of it they showed up, and it was good feelings. So I may as well say this: I had sex in my dream last night, but I know what that means. That means prosperity and health and well-being. And that wasn't with the person from the Kabak group. That was carried on, and some other things happened, and then after that we went off to another place, another room, and then this person showed up, but it was a guy, one of my tutors. So, and he's like, "Hey man, I heard that you're doing real well. I am too. I'm prospering hard out." And he's like, "I hear and see you're prospering hard out too," or something. So the need to fit in. Well, I literally cannot fit in because I'm wide. I do my very best, and that was the situation. So I would just get ridiculed and ostracized and laughed at, but nothing worse. But when I was not going out of my way to not be myself and just fit in, then people will get aggressive and threaten violence and stuff. And so I was myself 100% when I was at home, when I was with my family, when I was with my best mates, when I was with the Kabaka group. But elsewhere, I would just adapt to the situation, and when I knew that if I was being myself would aggravate people to want to attack me because I was different, I just do what I got to do so they didn't attack me, so they'll just have a bit of a laugh and ostracize me. But Homo sapiens, they say they wiped out the Neanderthals by teamwork, but ADHD comes from the Neanderthals, and